Gotcha.
This is a squeegee.
What's up, people? Ramon Jamal here, sitting with Rick Province, the owner of Ohio Ink Supply. Welcome to Screen Printing Real Talk. So guys, as you can see, today we're going to talk about squeegees. Squeegees.
It's a funny word.
Right. So yeah, y'all, we got okay. So I see different colors.
Different colors.
I see different form factors.
Yep.
Right. So I guess same purpose, but different ways of doing it.
Correct.
Okay.
So you got your two main, we talked about that in first episode, two main types of screen printing. You got your manual and your automatic.
Right.
But with a manual, you're holding this squeegee by your hand, you're pulling it with your muscles, transferring the ink through the screen onto the garment, right?
Okay.
Most economical, good old wooden.
Good old wooden.
Good old trusty wooden. You can buy these by the inch.
Let me see that. Okay.
You can buy these by the inch. We cut them down by the inch in 3 different types of what's called durometer. Now, what does durometer mean, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
All right. I don't know. I really don't know. No, I'm just kidding. No, there's 3 different types. We carry 3 different types. There's many more. But their durometer is a unit of measurement that determines the tensile strength of something, how kind of much it bends. So we have 3 different types that we offer. We offer a 60, which is the orange, a 70, which is most common. That's going to be your yellow. And then your 80, which is the green. And so the higher up number you get, the harder it is to bend.
Oh, okay.
So you want that because when you're squeegeeing a garment and you want to transfer more ink through the screen, you want something that's softer. If it's harder, then it's going to stay more taut. You know, it's going to be more tensile. And as you're squeegeeing it across, it's going to cut the ink a lot more fine than it would if you're using something that's more of a softer material.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think, I would say we're gonna go through them, and I want to come back to that, or maybe I don't know if you want to speak about it now, but like the look. Do you get different looks? I guess you can speak about it now.
Kind of. You can use it for different looks. I mean, if you got a 60 durometer, it's a softer squeegee, it's going to transfer more ink onto the shirt, so it's going to lay it a little thicker.
Okay.
So if you want, it's not going to give you necessarily a puff look. You're going to need an additive for puff, but it's definitely going to apply more ink down on the garment, so it's going to give it a little more rise to it. It's great for like underbases on whites if you're doing color on top. So anytime your ink color is lighter than the shirt it's going on, I recommend putting an underbase. If you use a softer squeegee, it'll deploy more ink. It'll apply more ink through the screen onto the garment. So it's great for that use. It's also good for heavier garments. So heavier garments like sweatshirts are more absorbent. So if you applied it with a tighter or a higher durometer squeegee, like it's 70 or 80, which will work, it's just gonna apply a thinner coat.
Okay.
And so you're gonna require more bumps, more applications more layers of ink to get that to cover properly.
So this is just, again, off the cuff, no fluff.
Nope.
So like if I use, how you said, is it durometer?
Durometer. Yeah.
So if I use this is an 80?
That is a 80.
This
correct.
is 80, okay. So if I have it, if I'm using it on a sweatshirt, just my thinking, so it'll push the ink further into the garment. Would that cause it to be a thinner look? Or the softer one wouldn't push it so hard into
It's not necessarily pushing more ink down through the screen necessarily. It's actually, the tighter it is, it's gonna push through a lot less ink. So it's gonna make it a little, rather than kind of smushing it in, with a softer squeegee, you're kind of cutting it off. And scraping it in. So the harder the squeegee, the higher the durometer it is, it's gonna cut that ink off and apply a little less layer. So if you're looking for like a fashion forward, more distressed look, kind of like the shirt I'm wearing, that'd be a higher durometer I'd recommend. Works good. But you got 3 different types. Back to your wood. Good old trusty wood comes in by the inch. Then you got aluminum, which is more ergonomic. It has more of an ergonomic feel to it. A little better on the hands that way. And these we cut to inch as well. Nice thing about these, they're removable, so you can interchange the squeegee blade. You're not stuck. When you're buying wood, you're stuck with that durometer. So if you buy a yellow 70 durometer, that squeegee is gonna always be that until it breaks down.
Okay.
If you go aluminum, they're interchangeable. You just pop the screws off. You can slide a new squeegee in, and it can be whatever you want. Or as they wear down, you can flip it upside down and use the other end.
Okay.
And it just kind of pinches the blade. The newest kind of flavor that's been out is called the Easy Grip. And a lot of people are switching to this because traditionally, with a manual press, you're grabbing the squeegee and you're pulling and pushing. You know, as you see, it's gonna, over the course of time, a couple thousand imprints. If you're doing anywhere average for 600 to 1,000 bumps a day, a bump being, you know, when you're pulling the squeegee down, doing a cycle, lifting it up, that's gonna get to the biceps pretty hard.
Right.
Do that a whole week, you're gonna look like Arnold. I mean, Arnold. Well, newest game is called the Easy Grip. So you can buy whatever roll you want. These come in 6-foot lengths, these rolls, just like here in the 3 different durometers. You can pop them in and it's just a force fit. So you cut them to your size, you pop it in there. And instead of pinching it and kind of using a motion like this, that's tough on the wrists,
right,
this is a little more ergonomic. And it's already set to that angle that you want. So all you do is, it's still a pulling motion, but you're gripping it rather than having your wrist at an angle that's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking when you have it like this. I'm thinking more so like my forearm, like, you know what I mean?
It's
like
easier on the whole arm, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
But not unless you want to get ripped.
You want to get ripped? Go with wood. Well, you got this little panel in here too that's good for flooding if you're doing one-hand floods. Okay. So if a flood is just a light coat to kind of cover the screen before you scrape it off. It's great for pushing. And then you have these little stands on here too that, you know, when you're done, you just kind of lay it down. Instead of setting it up, you know, the infamous, if you're an experienced screen printer, you set it up on the frame and you take your frame down too hard and it wants to fall. It lands right into the ink. Now you got a big problem. You got to wipe it, stop your job. Okay. Well, on this one here, it has a little stand. So you're sitting it at the end of your screen. So if you pull that squeegee down, or the frame down too fast, it's not going anywhere. It's gonna stay put on the stands there. Okay. Cool. That's cool, man. You can also use the squeegee frame, or the squeegee rolls for different types of automatic squeegee holders. Okay. So this is just a rotating one. They have the chopper system as well, which is more of an up and down motion than a rotating. Oh, okay. And so these same method, you can just pop your screws, slide them in and out, and change whatever durometer you want based on your roll purchase. Cool, cool. So this is for the robotic. That's for the robotic one. All right. Yeah. Automatic, right? You got it, man. Right. For the robot. Robot. All right. So I notice here that this one has 2 different durometers. Correct. Right. So what is that about? So like I mentioned earlier, your lower durometer squeegees are really good for an automatic when you're flooding. Okay. So it's distributing a lot less force because it's kind of bending over and not staying as tight. Right. So it's, in this automatic, you have, you know, 2 cycles. You have your flooding motion, and then it flips and prints. When you're talking about what's called a chopper system, there's two squeegees that go up and down. So it goes down, it floods, and then it flips and prints. Okay, right. So on your flood coat, you're definitely wanting a lighter durometer so it distributes more ink on that flood, in my opinion. And then on your print stroke, do something like a 70 or even an 80 on an auto. Okay, that's sweet, man. I'm just sitting here looking at these. So these are just basically called squeegee blades? Squeegee blade, squeegee. We call them squeegee rolls on the website. On the website, okay. But it's squeegee blade and a 6-foot roll. That's it. Okay, and the thickness of them, they look the same thickness. They are, yeah. It's all a standard thickness, so it'll fit in either the easy grip, the aluminum, or any auto squeegee. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. So it's the same thickness, but I guess it's whatever they make it out of, which makes it firmer, or putting more of whatever additive into it to make it firmer or former. Not as tense. Firmer. Firmer. Yep. Firmer. Firmer. Right. Right. So yeah, like I said, your 60s, super bendy. 70, not as bendy, just kind of medium. 80s, pretty tight. Pretty tight. Cool, cool, cool.
I'm just trying to think if I got any other questions, because I know people out there might ask certain questions.
If you got any questions,
don't forget, comment below. I'm gonna ask some more, but comment below, guys, and there will be links to all these items in the description as well. So y'all can check that out. But the number on here, I noticed that this one has a 14 on it. Is that like the length of this?
That's the length. We get it in 6 foot sections. So we have squeegee all the way up to 6 foot for you folks that are printing like blankets and towels and long rolls of fabric. We can do that as well. The 14 is just a stamp indicator to show it's 14 inches wide.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So you can get these in the wood in different lengths.
In wood and aluminum in different lengths by the inch.
Okay, so they sell them whatever, you can just pick whichever one.
Yep, we have them 6 foot lengths and then cut them down by the inch to order.
Okay, all right.
Sweet.
Okay. I'm gonna ask one more question because I
hit me. Hit me.
Off the cuff, no fluff, baby. Okay, when you say cut them down, like these are already like cut to purchase in the size. The only thing that needs to be cut down is the squeegee blade itself, right?
In the wood, they come to us from the manufacturer, 6 foot in length, with the blade already in it.
The wood comes like, see,
the
I'm
blade
glad I asked.
Ready to rock and roll. So all we do is just cut it, sand the edges down for you so it's not prickly, and then pop it in a box and ship it your way.
Oh, see, that's what I was, okay. I was kind of like, should I ask that?
No,
but I'm glad I asked, man.
You're good.
Because to be honest, guys, the quality of it, it looks like it's, straight from the, I'll say, manufacturer, but you guys get it in and you cut it in.
That's right.
And it looks good. that's just my observation.
Thank you.
Right. So I guess that's it, man. Is there anything else you think to touch on?
Man, I think that's basics.
Basics?
Yeah, any questions, comment below. We'll be on it. We'll comment back for you.
That's right, guys. So hey, I guess that's it, for the squeegees. The squeegees. Very informational, man. Right. All right. So until next time, guys, again, leave comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that notification bell for updates on our next show. Okay? Good to go?
Good to go.
All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.